your fever on, get inside. What you waiting on? Now's your time. Blood runs through your veins, blood runs high. Fall in love with your soul tonight. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. Now
all right, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a video. You can see the background is different. About 3 weeks ago now, my family moved to a house, a different house, about 30 minutes from where we used to live. We actually lived here for a few years a while back, so kind of a funny story, but we don't have time for that. I wanted to jump on here and do a what's in my pack video for early season mule deer scouting / bear hunting here in Washington. I'm trying to put together a small route of different spots where I think deer are going to end up being pushed into during our rifle season. Plus, I like to find them early, and if I know anybody with a archery or muzzleloader tag or even a multi-season tag, I like to try to get them out and get them on some of these bigger bucks that seem to disappear during rifle season. But really just an excuse to get out, tinker with some gear. You'll see some new pieces in this video. You'll see some old pieces. Yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it. Leaving in the morning. Sorry, my garage door opener light just went off. The lighting's a little iffy right now. Hopefully you guys can see everything all right. I haven't quite got everything put together, so bear with me. But I'm going to talk about some other pieces, some bigger pieces, and then we're going to get into what's actually going in my pack. So it's been a while since we touched on the rifle I'm using. It's a 6.5 PRC Savage. I believe it's the Backcountry Light, topped with just a cheap older VX1 Leupold scope, ultralight scope. This gun with ammo in it is like 7 pounds, 8 ounces, I believe. I had envisioned topping it with a nice scope and getting a nice rangefinder and pushing my ranges out and having just a dialable scope, but finances and other things in life said no upgrading big things. So I'm sticking with the tried and true BDC out to about, I'm comfortable with 350. I don't get into long range. I like to get close. So, and then I've got the original Stealthy Hunter glassing pad or scope cover with the muzzle cover on it. I go with orange partly because Washington requires orange. So anywhere I can put a little orange to meet requirements is great. Plus, there's no leaving this on the mountains, so that's why I went with the bright color. I've left some things on the mountain that get a little depressing, so I like bright stuff now. So yeah, that's a gun, nothing special, but it's light. It shoots well for what I do. Like I said, I don't stretch it too far. The gun could go much further. I just haven't topped it with the right optics, and I don't have the right setup for ranges either. So hopefully we'll work on that in the future, but it's been a good gun. Let me set this down nicely. Let's talk about the pack that I've been running now for, this will be my second year. Really love this pack. I bought the 7,000 cubic inch bag for some expedition style hunts. This is the 500, the 5K. Nothing's really changed on it. It's been a good bag. Liked it so far. Hopefully it gets some animals on it this year. I helped pack out one deer last year and the mountain goat, so I guess it's had some meat in it. One of the cool things that's new on this is Initial Ascent just dropped their new water bottle holder, and I gotta say, this water bottle holder is so much better. With the grommet in the bottom, it's got some reinforcement around the top to hold its shape. I think it's going to work way better with my insulated water bottle plus the stickers. The other one was kind of a pain to get in and out of, so I think this new one's going to be awesome. So this new water bottle holder. But yeah, that's the bag. Nothing's really changed. Been loving the bag. Haven't found a reason to spend a bunch of money to try something else. So running the same bag this year as of now. There's a couple I'd like to try, but don't really have $1,000 to play with. So next is going to be the Peaks Solace 15 sleeping bag. I ran it for a couple hunts last year. Already been on one scouting trip this year with it. It's just a great all-around bag. It works in the warmer weather. I mean, temperatures up in the mountains around here, even during July and August, can dip into the low 40s. So I like to have a decent bag just in case it gets cold. And this one's nice with the 3-way zipper down the middle. I can zip it up and then I can kind of open it for some airflow wherever I want it, like in my legs. They sleep kind of warm. The hood's great. I haven't tried it as a quilt. Maybe I'll try that if it's super warm on my trip this weekend. Stow the hood away and try it as a quilt just to try it. But it's been a good bag. I like it. The weight's good. The features are awesome. So those are the bigger items. I've just been running a Sea to Summit bag. I have a couple things from Peaks on the way, which includes one of their new stuff sacks. I was hoping it was going to be here in time for this weekend, but it's not. So we're just going to run the tried and true Sea to Summit compression bag. It works. I just like supporting hunting brands, and Peak's been a good company for me. So I'll obviously be doing more videos once I see some of that stuff, but that's worked pretty well. So I'm just going to start over here with clothes, go through some of my optics through my camp, into a quick overview of food, and then into kind of what's in my bag, in the lid and things like that. So let's just get into it. Darn Tough. I really like their socks. As much as I have done manual labor work and I'm always on my feet, my hands and my feet, they just get beat up easy. So I can't run ultralight socks. I have to run a medium weight at least. And I found that these Darn Tough socks are just kind of, they work for me. I like them. They're heavier, but they dry out quick. My feet are in good shape when I'm done hiking, so I keep those. I'm going to bring in just a cotton tank top. It's supposed to be fairly warm, and I'm going to be kind of on an exposed ridge. Normally I run like a long sleeve hooded shirt, but my Mountain Ops one got completely shredded before bear season this year, before spring bear. And I just haven't spent the money for a new one. So I'm just going to run a Stone Glacier synthetic top and then have my tank top for when it's real warm. And then the pants I'm wearing, or these are the pants that I'm going to take. They're the Born Primitive Light 2.0 Frontier pants. Been running them for a while. I love them. I didn't think I'd like all the pockets, but I actually do like the pockets. The fit's good. I am kind of a mid-size, so I went with the 36. And I should have went with the 34, even though I'm a 35. It has an adjustable waist. But if you're in the mid-size, I'd recommend sizing down. So if you're a 35, go to a 34. There's lots of adjustment in the waist, and you don't want a bunch of this Velcro hanging out to the front. Anyways, enough of that. And then I'm thinking about bringing my Outdoor Research sun hat. I usually end up leaving this at home, but it's part of it for now. And then I'm running the Crispy Thors. The Thor 2s. This is my second pair of these. I upsized this year because my toes were always hitting the end, and that seems to have been a life changer for me. My feet are much more comfortable when going downhill so far since I did that before spring bear this year. And then I'm trying to pull out. I'm also running the Sheep Feet insoles. These have been great. I've really liked these. They've helped with some of my knee issues and some of just like the weird hot spots that I used to have. These have really helped with that. I have a pair of just KUIU super light gloves just in case it gets a little chilly when glassing in the morning or at night. And then I ordered one of these ridiculously bright and obnoxious Peaks beanies. I like it. Kind of wish they made them in Hunter's Orange. So if anybody there is watching it, if you could do the green and orange, that would be cool, because then it would work for some areas that require orange, but not everybody likes orange. And then my puffy gear is in here. I run the KUIU the ultralight. I can't remember what it's called, but their lightest puffy gear. I'm running that for most of this year. I used to have some bigger, heavier stuff, but I don't do a lot of late season hunting, so I sold that, sold some other stuff, and I got into this ultralight stuff. My puffy pants and my jacket actually stuff into the pocket of the jacket, so that's both of these. And this actually has been doubling as a pillow for me, because you'll see in a spring bear video that I'm working on, I bought a pillow off Amazon that was supposed to have these non-slip dots on it, and it was strapped to my sleeping pad. It was supposed to be the best thing. Well, every little dot that they had heated on leaked air, so it didn't make it, but I think one night. So this is what I've been running this fall, or this summer, I guess it is. It actually works really good, unless I need to wear my puffy gear. But I just stuff it in right before I go to bed. It actually fits inside the hood of my Peak sleeping bag really well. So this might just be my new pillow during the earlier seasons. And then my bino harness, just running the marsupial. I've had this thing for years. I keep thinking I'm gonna try something else, and then I look at the price, and this hasn't done me wrong. My gun holster's down here. I am gonna be bear hunting, so I'm gonna take my pistol, especially because I'm solo and I'm kind of a little girl. So I like to have that with me. There's something sticking out the bottom of this, but I'll have to mess with that later. Anyway, so in my bino harness, I've got a lighter, chapstick on this side, a wind checker, just a basic rangefinder. But on the back in this pouch is I actually have the adapter for my new digiscoping setup. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called. You guys will see it. I have a video I'm going to put up about it. It's not as convenient as like an all-in, but the thing I like about it is, first of all, it doesn't cover up any of the camera lens or any of the cameras on my phone. So doing any of my filming, I can use whatever I'm supposed to on that. Plus, this was like $55, and it fit. I had the right one for my scope. It comes off a little bit, but you can put it right back on. It's easy to adjust. The magnet on my phone case, once it's set, it's dialed. This just snaps onto your phone case, and then this snaps right onto there, just like all the others, right where it needs to be. And I thought this was going to be a pain, but it fits right back here just fine. I don't even notice it. And for $55 versus $280 or whatever these other guys are running, it just makes sense. Plus, I don't like covering up some of the other lenses on my phone camera since I do the videos. So let's get into the rest of it. Peaks trekking poles, always. Don't go home without them. So get some of those. They got the quick sticks for shooting sticks on there. Just a cheap Rhino Tough solar panel. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring this. I'm not going to be gone for very long, so I may just bring a full dark energy and be careful with it. I just get nervous if I do a lot of digiscoping or videos. I can really run through my battery on my phone. So I might just bring it because it's not like I'm packing in a bunch of weight anyway, so it might just be worth having. Just, extra weight's not bad this time of year. It's just training. My Kifaru sheep tarp, waiting on some brands to drop their tarps. I'd like to get a different brand. This one's a little small. I want to say it's like a 7x8. Works for one guy, and then I have the TNT from Peaks, but it's just so big. Solo trips just doesn't make sense. Plus, it's not in Dyneema. So I'd really like to get my hands on a Dyneema larger tarp. But this one's been fine. It works. I think this setup right here is about 20 ounces between stakes, line, bag. It's just an initial ascent bag. It actually works out really well for it. My stove, I'm running this Amazon Special Ollie Camp pot with the heat coils on the bottom. Small fuel because I'm only gonna be gone a couple days. Running the Pocket Rocket in there. I'm trying to phase out the Jetboil because I didn't realize how anti-hunting Jetboil was. So everybody should not buy a Jetboil. I know they have some of the better stuff on the market, but they literally could not be more anti-hunting than they are. I've heard some stories about them being at like outdoor shows, not necessarily hunting shows, and when they find out people are hunters, they literally don't even want them in their booth. So it's kind of weird because I'm sure we pay a lot of their bills for them. So let's not support companies like that. Anyway, so it's been cheap, super light. It also saves like 6-7 ounces over the Minimo that I do have. So I run with this. I am running the Kowa, the super small Kowa, 15 to 45 by 55, I believe it is. It's got that digiscope I was telling you about. It's the TSN 550. It's a great little spotter. Sometimes I think I need to go bigger just when I'm deer hunting or anything for that matter. I'd like to see a little further, but the price point was good. The weight is awesome, and it does work. But yeah, so it's been a good spotter. So that's what I'm running for a spotting scope. And then, hang on, my daughter's trying to get a hold of me. Bear with me here. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted. I could hear her knocking on the door. Anyway, so that's my spotter. So let's dig into the shelter I'm taking. So you guys probably seen I'm a big fan of the Kuiu TP, or not Kuiu, sorry, Peaks TP. Um, I've been trying to get one of their single man shelters for a while now, but because of everything going on in the world, it took them a little longer to get some of those in. So those are launching here soon. But I broke down and I went ahead and I wanted to try the Argali Waihi one person. I got the tent and the full insert. I wanted to try out their supposedly no stretch or sag material. Only use it on one short trip. It's pretty dang small. I have enough room. I like extra room, so I don't know how much I'm gonna run this one. It's not my favorite only because I like a lot of space, but it does have enough room. I'm 6'4", 230 pounds. I'm a bigger guy, but that being said, when I did use it, I had enough room, and the weight is nice. I want to say between the two, I'm just over 2 pounds. It doesn't include a pole because I just use one of my trekkers. In the future, I want to get a third trekker because I like to have both of mine, especially where I'm going this weekend. I got to climb a steep hill to get to the glassing point, so I'm going to have to take both trekkers. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might bring an off-brand trekking pole just to use with my tent, just so I have both of mine. Anyways, that's what I'm running. I'm thinking about taking the seam seal with me and doing that because I haven't done that yet. But we'll see. I'm running a Thermarest. Yeah, Thermarest. I think it's a Neo Air. It's an older pad. I've had it for years. Still going strong. The valve on it sucks. It's a two-way valve instead of the one-way valve, so blowing it up, all that kind of stuff kind of sucks, but still running. At some point I want to get a thicker pad, but the weight's good. It's like a pound, and it hasn't failed me yet. Knock on glass, wood, whatever. Seek outside ground cloth, way oversized. I like to have extra space just in case the ground's wet or extra sandy. This is probably what I'm going to take for food. One of the Quick Cooks meals, that local guy I've told you guys about. He's still kicking with some meals, so check him out. I'm taking one of his breakfast. I got a Peak breakfast, a Peak dinner, just what I have laying around. These That's It bars are 100% real fruit. I take a handful of those per day, or a couple of those per day, and then I've got some Ignite, some Mountain Oats coffee, some Hydrate, and then I'm going to take a mixture of cheese and meats like pepperonis, land yogurts, and different cheeses that a local meat shop puts together. I'm just going to buy like a pound of that and take it with me. Easy snack food. Water bottle I was telling you about, this guy's been everywhere with me in the last 6 years, so it's kind of got sentimental value now. Supposed to be camping on a river. I'm 99.9% sure it's going to have plenty of water, so I'm kind of rolling the dice there. But I am going to take 2 of these just in case I decide to go up and stay on the hillside instead of staying down by the river. So this will give me 6 liters of water plus my water bottle. These are just the Hydro Pack 3-liter Hydro Seekers, just the Seeker. But these have been great. I have a set of platypus bags for clean water. These are my dirty water. I just don't mix them up. The old trusty trash bag. You never know. It might be really hot, so I might want to put the bear in the river if I get lucky and I shoot something early Saturday and I don't want to come out until later Sunday. I might just stick it in the river for Saturday night and really cool it down, or maybe I'll put it in there Saturday or Sunday morning while I'm out glassing just to keep it nice and cool. Or there's other thing. I've literally curled up in one of these in a wind and rainstorm just to try to stay extra dry. Stealthy Hunter glassing pad. I don't know if you guys heard, but Stealthy Ryan Lampers doesn't do these anymore, and Peaks took them over. This isn't a knock on Peaks by any means, but this Made in America tag was really important to me when I ordered these from Ryan. So I'm hoping these guys last a long time because I really like the fact that his were made in America. I know Peaks makes great stuff. Love that company. I spend a lot of time talking to them, and I get it. It's just the profit margins have to be to a certain place to be worth it. And they're great. I'm sure I'll end up with some of theirs, but I like Ryan's. Also, they got rid of the Hunter's Orange, which I'm kind of disappointed about. For guys like me, it matters in Washington State. I'm supposed to have orange on my pack, so that doubles as that, plus flagging guys in. So again, Peaks, if you're watching, bring back the Hunter's Orange. That was one of the coolest features about this. You could hide it if you wanted to. You could use it to flag your buddies in, and it helped you be compliant with dumb states like Washington's rules. Let's get into kind of what's in my lid here. Let me get a drink. Got my trusty Black Rifle Yeti insulated water bottle that kind of goes everywhere with me too. So let's get into what's in my lid. Let's start with this is just my audio stuff for making videos. It's got an extra mic, an extra whatever you call the thing on the end of it to help with wind noise, and then the charger that's in here. That's all in here. The inReach that just goes on my little shoulder hook. Never leave home without it. I'm actually going to get on my computer and turn this to unlimited so I can talk to my wife while I'm gone because I'm going to be solo. Just my Go Hunt ammo wallet. This carries, I think, 10 rounds of my 6.5 PRC. Yeah, 10 rounds. Again, Hunter's Orange. Don't want to lose it. I used to love camo everything. Now I'm the opposite. A little first aid kit. This is one of the UL Backcountry first aid kits from Uncharted, but I made a bunch of changes to it. I think it's in a video on my channel if you're interested in what's in there. It's in one of my gear dumps. My Bino adapter, my phone adapter, and my Slick tripod are what I'm filming with. I'm still running the old Slick that gets up tall enough for me to stand behind it. I do want to get one of the Tricer Backcountries just to save some weight and some size. I'm just, playing the game. Blue collar guy, got family and kids. I'll trying shelters and packs. That's just kind of left me slacking in other areas. So hopefully soon I'll branch out into some of those. This is the clip for the rifle. Just holds 3 rounds. I always take a Predator call, a headlamp, which is the Peaks Duo. This is the green. I'm going to get some extra batteries. Right now all I have is 2 headlamps, but I don't have any extra batteries. But I run this and my Outdoor Edge replaceable blade. This just goes in a hip belt. So I always have my knife. I always have my headlamp. And if I do see a bear, this is supposed to help me stop it so I can shoot it. So I carry that a lot during these later seasons, or actually any hunt. Got my SteriPin so I can use water from the fridge or from the river. And then I'm bringing a Thermacell mosquito bug repeller. It runs off my Jetboil fuel. Each sleeve lasts about 4 hours. I don't know. It's not a lot of weight. I'm already bringing a full can of fuel. This thing hardly sucks any fuel, so I think it's like 10 ounces for this, and it could be a game changer if there's a lot of bugs where I'm glassing or where I'm sitting at camp and I don't want to be stuck in my tent. So I'm bringing this along this time. A little clicker for taking pictures with my phone so I don't have to push the button and it shakes everything. I always have this in my lid. Dark Energy Poseidon Pro. This one's beat up. It's been good. There's a new one. I think it's like Night Force or something like that. That's half the weight, more charging, and it's only $70. I am going to get one of those. I'll always keep this for a backup, but 6 ounces is 6 ounces, and it has more charging capabilities. I mean, I love supporting hunting brands, and this has been a good charger, but I'm just like everybody else. I don't have any affiliations with companies, and I want what's best for weight to function. And we're going to test the durability of the other one next to this one. I've had this one for quite some time, and it works great, so we're going to see how the other one goes when I get one. Peak spoon. I put this yellow greenish color on here so I don't leave it laying anywhere. I've accidentally left my spoon places or couldn't find it because this titanium blends in everywhere. So I added this little just loop. Now I will say this can fall into the food in the bag. So I don't know how sanitary it's going to be after a season. But I wanted to do something to not lose the spoons. So I did that. We'll see how it works. I purchased this cheap little face bug net kind of to help battle the bugs. It's going to be August 10th, or I think, this weekend. So I'm in the middle of August. Bugs are bad, especially if you kill something. This will keep the flies off of your face. Got my sunglass holder here, and then I've got my trusty little cup. One thing we didn't talk about was these other 2 bags. So I have my kill kit, which has gloves, tags, Havalon replaceable knife, and some blades for both knives, and then the Graxaw game bags. Still have yet to use my Graxaw game bags that I've had for quite some time now. So hopefully I knock something down and I can use those. This is normally just kind of like my random stuff for my lid, but this is doubling as my tent bag since I don't need as much. I don't need to take a whole nother sack. It's got my pump. It's got some nighttime sleep gummies, extra spoon. I always have a filter from Hydro Pack that goes directly on my water bottle. So if anything happens to my SteriPen, or if the water is really like got a lot of stuff in it, just floaties and mud, I can run it through this first to clean it out, which is always a good option. Some Tenacious tape, some Leuco tape, a thermometer. I got 2 extra batteries for my rangefinder that are rechargeable, just in case. Some super glue, some zip ties, my charging cords, some sunscreen, some chafe cream, some extra paracord, and then I got a brush for my hair and my beard because that gets unruly. I got the extra feet for my trekkers for my tent. So yeah, there's just kind of like the everything bag. Should have a toothbrush and toothpaste in there, but I'm only going to be gone for maybe 2 nights and a day and a half, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so that's what's in kind of like my everything camp bag. So yeah, that's I think that's everything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything important. One thing I will say is Peaks is getting ready they just actually launched a big giveaway. So if you're looking to win a cool setup, it's everything that I run normally: the TP, the poles, the half nest, the stove, the sleeping bag. I think there's something else in there as well. Oh, the headlamp. So if you're interested in winning that, it's Team Elk versus Team Mule Deer. You buy a shirt, it enters you into the drawing, and then at the end of this month, they do the drawing, and you can win a $3,000 package. So I think the shirt's like $40. You get a cool shirt. I'm supposed to have one, but it's not here yet. So when I get it, I'll share that with you. But check out Peaks over there. I think it's peaksequipment.com. Everything's on there to get entered to win. But yeah, get out there, man. Hopefully I can turn up some bucks. I did find a good one a couple weeks ago. So now I'm going further into some spots where I don't think there's going to be many people come hunting season, or where they might actually run into. And then where I'm sitting, I can see a lot of good early season bear country. So hopefully the berries are getting ripe at the elevation I'm at, and I'm hoping to get lucky this weekend. So anyways, get out there. Good luck if you guys are out bear hunting. Good luck on your adventures. I know some places have hunting that's already started. So good luck and congrats to anybody that's already filled a tag. Yeah, get out there. Thanks, guys.
Get your feet